Hey, what's up guys? We're going to be going over Diva in my Diva course tutorial webinar thing. We're going to be going through it. This will be for the beginner or someone who has it and, they don't know what to do with it. And I just want to start off, first off, you need a fast computer. Your eMachine computer will blow up. You need something a bit fast, a bit modern to be able to run this in a DAW environment. There is a multi-core button. I suggest you turn that on. The main selling point is you can mix and match different generators of different synths of different eras, some digital, some analog, through certain feedback, through certain amplifier stages or high pass filters, through different types of filters, and you can control them with either analog or digital envelopes, which is really cool. So you can basically mix and match different eras of different synths to create cool sounds. So you can have, say, a digital oscillator from the JP, which I actually have in front of me, and you can have that running through a Moog ladder filter or an MS-20 inspired Byte filter. This filter has a bit more distortion, but we'll get into that. Different things. So this main button here, this main area here is how you mix and match things in a modular way, and it would be the main area where you'll be generating things. So you'll have oscillator, mixer, or feedback. It depends on the selection you make, filter section, and envelope section, right? Up at the top, there's a save button, which is cool, and up here, we're using Diva 1.3, and it says my name, which is also really cool, and our output. Keep this low, because sometimes, if you mix and match things, it could be a little bit brighter or louder, dare I say. So here's your output, in case you panic and you don't know how to turn it off. Down here, we have our modulation, which are LFO, which are essentially oscillators, but you can map them to a lot of different cool things to create FME, or not FME, but you can create, expressive sounds with this LFO section. Over here, we have our effects section, and you have, a bunch of really cool time-based effects, which we'll get into. So so this would be like our kind of tab here, and you can switch through guys here. This would be our tuning, our amplifier and pan, depending on what's going on. Our voicing options, so polyphonic, mono, legato, duo, poly 2, which we'll get into. The number of voices you want, and stack, which is unison. Our clock, so you can have this sync to whatever, and the new arpeggiator, which we'll also get into. Modifications, we'll get into that. Trimmers, this is very interesting. It's how you make this sound extra analog, and it's basically it's drifting. So like the old synths that your grandpa used, they drift out of tune, and this emulates that, which is pretty cool. We have an oscilloscope, but we actually have our oscilloscope here and our patch window, and you can go through patches. You can also go to templates and get starting points. So if you want like an MS-20 revision 1, you have your MS-20, and you can really tell what synthesizer they kind of went after by the kind of knobs they use. So this would be MS-20, and this would be the JP 8000-ish type synths, and so on. So one thing I highly recommend when learning a new synth is to use a signal analyzer and a spectrum analyzer, right? So what this does is it will show you the spectrum, so you can see all the cool harmonics and what it's doing, and you can see the actual oscilloscope. You may have seen one of these in your science class. And that concludes my overview. We're going to be going over everything, so I hope you're excited. I am. And go to the next video. There's a playlist. You may see this before I publish all of them, but they are probably there. And if you check my Facebook page, you'll find a playlist for all the unlisted videos, so you can watch them all. I just don't want to spam YouTube and make people angry. So yeah. All right, we'll get to it, and we'll be back.